I'm Anil Kumar, and in this video we'll talk about parallel and perpendicular lines. I've taken examples with actually horizontal and vertical lines to discuss this topic. The question here is, graph each pair of lines on same coordinate grid, find slope and conclude whether the lines are parallel, perpendicular or neither. So we have four examples here. What I will do here is I'll write down their slopes and then we will discuss. As you know, parallel lines will have same slope and perpendicular lines negative reciprocal, correct? So we'll make a column for slopes. So we say slope of each line. So there are two lines. We'll say slope of 1 and slope of line 2. Okay, so we'll have two columns. The first one here is y equals to 3 and x equals to minus 4. What do you think is the slope of y equals to 3? Now this creates a lot of confusion for many students. Let me sketch this here also and then we'll talk about it. When we say y equals to 3, it means the line is horizontal. At each and every point, the value of the function is 3. So y is constant. Y is constant 3. So if it is a horizontal line, the slope has to be 0, correct? Right. The second one is x equals to minus 4. So when I say x equals to minus 4, it really means that it's a vertical line whose x-intercept is minus 4, kind of like this. Do you see that? So this line has x-intercept of minus 4 and this line will be called x equals to minus 4, since at every point on the line the value of x is minus 4, remember, and this slope is undefined. Now the question is, are they perpendicular or parallel? That is what you have to decide. You can see they cross at 90 degrees and definitely they are perpendicular. Whenever we say perpendicular, what do we mean? Okay, so let's write down. I'm just thinking. Okay, let's write down here. When I say perpendicular, and the slopes are, let me call them as M1 and M2, M1 and M2 of line 1 and 2. In that case, for perpendicular lines, if you multiply M1 and M2, you get minus 1. Now this really doesn't work when you have undefined slope. Do you see that? It doesn't work. So the other definition is that we have negative reciprocal slopes, right? So we also say the slopes are negative reciprocal. That is to say that M2 is equals to minus of 1 over M1. Now in this case, 0 is neither positive nor negative. So 1 over 0 is undefined, so it just makes sense, right? So 0 and undefined are perpendicular, remember that. Okay, let's move on to the second example, which is y equals to 2. So when I say y equals to 2, as in the previous case, this is having a slope of 0. Y equals to minus x. Now how do you read this slope? Now this is equation of a line in slope-intercept form, which is y equals to mx plus b. Now in this equation, m is the slope. So from here, coefficient of x is minus 1 and therefore the slope is minus 1, correct? So the slope is minus 1. Now 0 and minus 1, they are not perpendicular, they are not parallel. So we'll write this as neither. The next one here is x equals to 3 and x equals to 0. Now both are vertical lines, correct? Okay, let me sketch the previous two. Okay, so we have y equals to 2 will be this line. Somewhere here we get y equals to 2. And when we say y equals to minus x, that means the line is kind of dropping. So let me just make another line with dot dash line. So this is y equals to minus x. Clearly, these are not perpendicular lines. Is it okay? So we have drawn this in green color. Now let's look into the next example where we have x equals to 3 and x equals to 0. These are both vertical lines, right? If I say 3, that means a vertical line at 3. When I say x equals to 0, it means y-axis. Do you see that? This means y-axis. Every point x is 0. So x equals to 0 is also equation of y-axis. Anyway, you found both of them are undefined. Since both are undefined, what do you say? Are they parallel or perpendicular? Of course, they are parallel, right? So for parallel lines, what do you know? Same slope. For parallel lines. Is it okay? Right. The last example here is y equals to x plus 1. So the slope you can read from here, coefficient of x, which is 1. So in this case, the slope is 1. How about this one? Let's rearrange this equation. We could write this as y equals to minus x plus 1. Do you see that? And therefore, the slope is minus 1. Correct? Now, 1 and minus 1 are negative reciprocals. Correct? Therefore, we will say these lines are perpendicular. Now, let us sketch these lines also. So when I say y equals to x plus 1, it means 1 is my x-intercept and the slope is 1. So the line will be kind of like this. So this line is y equals to x plus 1. How about that other line? It says minus x plus 1. So from 1, this will be actually going downwards like this. I mean, I should have drawn from here. Okay. Kind of like this. Clearly, you can see they are at right angles. Is it okay? So this line is the other line, which is x plus y plus 1. Is it okay? So that is how on the same grid actually I drawn all the lines. So you could draw the line and see for yourself which lines are parallel, which are perpendicular. Remember, for perpendicular lines, negative reciprocal is the ratio, for example, here. And for parallel, they have the same slope, right? Now for you, here is a test question. You decide about these lines. Let me say E. Y equals to 2x minus 1 and y equals to minus 2x plus 1. Are these lines parallel or perpendicular? So you can write down in comments your answer for this test question. I hope it helps. Feel free to post suggestions. If you like, that'd be great. Share my videos. Thank you and all the best.